Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Hopefully this is going to be one of the last videos you see without makeup on this face, but I actually wanted to film this video because I was reading the other day that coronavirus is up 240% in America. Arizona is currently a major hotspot where their hospitals are actually being told to initiate all emergency protocols. Their ICU is massively overloaded. And I just thought, you know what? So many of us thought we were done with this and we're not. And so now is a really good time to get yourself prepared for some stuff that you should have on hand in the event that somebody in your life or yourself contracts coronavirus or COVID-19. My sister, who is 35 years old, by all accounts, I mean healthy, she doesn't have any underlying health conditions or anything like that. She was diagnosed with COVID-19 and severely sick. I mean, like deathbed sick. We honestly thought she was going to die. She was so sick. She was hospitalized a couple of times, but because her insurance only covered I think they said it was 4 or 5 days of critical care, they would discharge her and send her home, and she had to stay home for 3 days before they could allow her back in and restart a new critical care term. And so we ended up hiring a private oxygen machine and stuff like that. And so I wanted to go through some things that we figured out that was needed in order to treat this at home in the event that you find yourself at home trying to treat somebody or yourself. As a disclaimer, I am not a doctor or anything like that. I just thought I wanted to share with you guys what helped us, just because the fact that there wasn't at the time a lot of help for my sister because the hospitals in her area were quite overloaded. Okay, so first things first, what you're going to want is your essential medicines. You want a thermometer, you want your NyQuil, your Dayquil, your Tylenol, your ibuprofen, all of your fever reducers. You want all of that. So go through your medicine cabinet or wherever it is that you keep your medicine and do a checklist. Whatever you're missing, get, because now is the time. One of the things that I highly recommend is the Goody's headache powders, but also the Goody's headache liquids. This is a shot. You just take the whole shot. And the reason why the liquid is going to come in handy is, one, if they're on an oxygen tank, it's going to really make their throat dry, like painfully dry. And they're not going to be able to swallow things like pills and stuff like that. So with the liquid, they'll be able to get that down. But also, in my sister's case, she was completely delirious, unresponsive a lot of the time. And so what helped was having a liquid form and being able to just drop little tiny bits of it, like 1 drop at a time from a dropper into her mouth, so that she was getting the medicine that she needed. So these really come in handy. If you can't get your hands on the liquid, get the headache powders. It's very finely milled, and they actually work amazing just in normal everyday use for headaches. And you can take the headache powder and mix it with like a little bit of cranberry juice or some jam, something like that, in order to get it down them. Another thing to have on hand are squeezy pouches. So these are the Noka Superfood Smoothies. This is sweet potato and goji berry, and this one is mango coconut. They come in a variety of flavors. They're actually really good and good for you. I always have these on hand anyways. I like to keep it in my handbag in case I'm out and I'm like absolutely starving. Dawn really likes these. But these are really good for somebody who's sick because it does have 5 grams of protein. It has 2 grams of dietary fiber, and it has 0 like added sugars or anything like that, but it does have 120 calories. My sister ended up losing close to 30 pounds in 6 weeks. She was so sick for so long. Her entire illness length lasted 6 to 8 weeks. and she was sick for so long and not eating for so long. At one point when she was hospitalized, she literally didn't pee for a week. That sounds shocking, right? But it's because she was so intensely dehydrated, because she was sweating so much. She was literally just sweating out what they were giving her in the IV. So yeah, definitely make sure you have some stuff on hand that they can eat, that will give them a little bit of oomph into their system. You can do some blended up bananas. Also, you can just get just really simple applesauce pouches. The reason the pouches are nice is because it has the, I'll just end up eating this, so I'll open it. It has the little sucky tops. You can just squeeze little tiny bits into their mouth, but also you can put the cap back on, put it in the fridge, save it for later so you're not wasting any, because they're not going to eat one whole pouch. The next thing you want on hand is liquid IV. This is an electrolyte drink that comes in a couple different flavors. Some people like the flavor and the taste, some people don't, but it doesn't really matter about the taste. This is going to help give them the electrolytes and rehydrate them, because they will be sweating like crazy. So with this, it just comes one little pouch. You mix it with water and give them that to drink. If they're struggling to drink, make sure that you're giving little bits at a time to help wet their throat again, because like I said, that oxygen is just a killer. These, by the way, can be found on Amazon and on their website. Their website has a special going for the yummy Justin Bieber ones. This is I think it's a hibiscus flavor. It's like dragon fruit and hibiscus, something like that. I've talked a lot about the sweating that will happen for anyone that gets coronavirus. So get yourself some puppy pads. The puppy pads come in handy because what you're going to do, you want to get the large ones or the extra large. You don't want small ones. You're actually going to lay these on the bed before they are in the bed. And that's because my sister, and actually Chris Cuomo talked about this as well. He had said that like he sweat so much it like went through the mattress. The same thing happened to her. It will destroy that mattress, and nobody wants to have to buy a new mattress when this is all over. So get you some puppy pads. You can also get like hospital pads, whatever, but the puppy pads are a little bit more readily available. You can find these at Safeway, Petco, Walgreens, you know, pretty much everywhere, Costco, and they come in handy. The next thing on the list is hospital gowns. You can find these on Amazon. Shockingly, I did not think that these would be available on Amazon, but you can actually find these on Amazon for right around $30 for a pack of 6. And you want these because you want to be able to change the person so they're not wearing wet, sweaty, gross clothes for days or weeks on end. And so with the hospital gowns, it makes it really easy to change them. And then as they go through the phases of being too cold, too hot, you can just be layering with blankets rather than clothing. Another thing for yourself is a face shield. So with these, it will cover your face so that when you're treating them, they aren't coughing on you. You're not getting any type of their, what do they call it? When they spray it out. I can't think of what it's called, but you won't be getting any of that. You still want to make sure you're wearing your regular face cloth mask and this. When somebody has coronavirus and they're like deep into it and very, very sick, it's unlikely that you'll be able to get a mask on them because they are already struggling to breathe. And so even though the rule naturally says, oh, don't put a mask on those that are sick, those that aren't sick don't really need it, it's unlikely they'll be able to actually wear one. My sister, like, she was literally like really working to get just little bits of air. And again, she's only 35 years old, no underlying health conditions, and it's one of those weird situations. Some people get the lung issues, some people don't. Chris Cuomo talked about that he did not get the lung issues with his version of the illness, but it's just better to be prepared. So all of this stuff that I have here is actually available on Amazon. I will stick a link to everything down below for you guys. I would also suggest go ahead, because things are slightly back to normal right now and things are more likely to be in stock. Go ahead and grab the stuff that you need, your essentials, get yourself some toilet paper. And when I say that, please don't go and buy 15 million rolls of toilet paper. It's not necessary. The only thing that you need is enough to get you through a month, 2 at the most. And so get yourself some toilet paper, get your toothpaste, you know, whatever you need in case you're going to be stuck at home again, because with the rise of how this is like going so rapidly right now and people are interreacting because of like the protests, and also you're seeing on the news like a lot of the time they're linking it to the protests, but really if we think about it, the protests couldn't possibly be the reason for the 240% that it's up, because the protests have been going on for a week. So I think it's more likely that it's because restrictions got lifted in areas and people flooded to the beaches and out to stores and to get their hair done and get their nails done, and that's why we're seeing this rise. So it's just better to be on the safe side. Now that everything's a bit more in stock, it's going to be easier to get now than it will be later. And in the end, I think all of this combined cost right around $100. And I know that money is tight right now for everybody, but it's better to just have it and know that you're good than not have it and need it. So also, if you know someone that ends up sick and they need to be on oxygen, but because of insurance reasons they get booted out of the hospital like my sister did, I will leave a link down below of where we found hers. Now every state is going to be different, but I don't actually know the name. I'll actually just put the name of what type of company. It's like a home medic service or something like that that you can rent the oxygen machines from. And so I'll put it here so you guys can see what it's called, and you can Google it for your state and or city and see if you can find one if you need one. But yeah, I hope the video helps you guys in some way. If there's any tips you guys have for anybody out there, please leave them down in the comments below. This is such an important thing because it's such a scary virus. We don't have a lot of information on it, and while the majority of us might get it and be okay, there's still a lot of people that are dying, and there's a lot of people that are sick with it, and they're like really sick. So yeah, I just thought this might help for anyone that isn't getting the help that they need from a hospital due to insurance reasons or hospital overcrowding or anything like that. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.